Yes, it's a Friday night. It's 8 p.m. Do you know what your children? I mean, no, that's an old thing. And here we are in another edition of the Rabbit Hole. I think we should call this the Rabbit Hole, don't you think, guys?
I
You know,
like it. I
because
like
every
Sounds a
time
little.
I'm always jotting down notes about these things, like, oh, that sounds good. That sounds good. But it is the espresso mail call. I have had my espresso, so I am wired. All right. And today, I know you were expecting Melt, but Melt is feeling a little under the weather, but we still got some really great guys here. So we have to my left, we have Chuck Hensey, terrific comics and pop culture. To my right, we have Mark Andrews from the
Oh, hi.
Great White North. To my
Down
bottom
there.
left, I
Down
guess,
there.
we have Phil Tastic, comics and art. And to my left
Down.
bottom, we have Trev,
Hey,
the
Trev.
shipping guru. Hashtag Matt Woods. I left my water bottle downstairs. All right, I'll be dry. So, welcome
I
again.
think Travis
Happy to
frozen.
have you here. We got a few people watching. Let's see who's here before we go on. Yes, Tina was here earlier. Yay, espresso mail
Tina.
call.
Woohoo.
Not Tuesdays, as usual. Nice to see you. Steve White.
Steve.
There we go.
See you, Steve. Happy Friday, whatever that is, but that's okay. All right. And we got Chuck saying hello to people. We had Mark saying hello to people. Les Crucis is back. There's Comics of the Voice. That was Steve White. Now it's Comics of the Voice. Hey, Bronx is here. How you doing, my friend? Can't stay. Want to say hi? Hi. All right. Spinnerack. How are you doing? Good to see you. Who else is here? Manny, the Hobgoblin Collector. Yes, I love that name.
There
All
we
right.
go.
Yeah. So we'll have some other people coming in. All right. We have 8 people watching. Not everybody puts a comment down, but as people come in, we'll say hi to them as they comment. So before we begin, I just want to remind people that we do have membership here. And if you are a member, what happened? Did I remove you, Trev?
No.
Okay. So if you are a member, you have the possibility of buying a members only Anachronist t-shirt. All right. 3 of us have it on there, although everybody here is a member. So thank you so much.
All the
Yeah.
loyal people have it on.
Hey, hey.
Only the cool people have it. So
Hey,
yeah, so
we're
it's
very
only
low.
$1.99 a month, and all the money that I get goes to both St. Jude's Research Hospital and to Tunnel to Towers Foundation. So I want to say hi and thank you to all the channel members. We have Tina Carrington, Terry Deadman, Mark Andrews who's here, Chuck Hensey who's here, Trev the Shipping Guru who's here, Gary B, Fantastic Comics and Art, Philtastic Comics and Art. That's Phil. Phil, some of your artwork, I have to say, my friend, it's just so good. Just so good. I'm going to have to
Thank you.
talk to you about that. Brian LCS. We have Naman, a comic bookworm. Richard Veith, pretty fly for a Filipino guy. Lenny. Rob's Fat Stacks of Comics. Cliff on Comics. Miller. Dave Draghi. Evil's Comics. Mike. Sleepy Reader. Spinner Rack Studios, who's here. Doug Bratton, Chris Bigger, and Dave Bratton. Right, I want to thank everybody. And again, and if you buy a t-shirt or something in the store, all the profit goes also to Tunnel to Towers and St. Jude's Research Hospital. And with that, I say we get started. What do you think?
All right.
Let's go.
Okay,
Sounds great.
Chuck, I think you're up first. Let's get you up there. Let's see what you got.
All right. So it's so good to see everybody on this Friday night. Thank you to all of the people who are members here, because the money's good. It's the membership stuff and everything's going to a great cause. And so let's
Now, I
show
said
some
this, see, Chuck, before you begin, you see that the Anachronic Comics logo is in front of me. I thought I had set this up so that we would be on the opposite side. So I guess I didn't set it up the right way. So I'm going to get rid of the banner as you
All right.
speak. So go ahead. Yeah.
Go ahead. Well, unfortunately, they all already know what I look like, so covering up my face will not do us any good. So here we go. So it's been a fantastic month in terms of looking at books. I think as a lot of y'all have heard me say, my LCS of 25 years closed down. They've been open for 38 years in general. So this first stack of stuff I'm going to show, about half of it is from his going out of business sale. So,
Well, that's some goodness that comes out of a bad situation.
Exactly. And we're hoping that Rick is going to take good care of himself and his health is going to be in great shape. So that's
Good.
that is our number one concern. So,
Yep.
so one of the things he had for sale, not that we're ever going to see another movie of it, but we do have a Blade the Vampire Slayer from the 90s.
Okay.
And of course, while I'm picking these up, I'm making the mistake of actually reading them, and it's a 90s comic book. So, that's really all we got to say. He also had laying out for 50 cents each a bunch of Roger Rabbits.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
Which are really cool to read, and it reminds me how much I love this movie.
Good movie.
It's a great movie.
Very
It
good.
is. So we got another one here, and again, 50 cents off. 50 cents. A nice Jessica Rabbit one here. Bondage, if you are, so in that state of mind. So another one.
Was
We're
he
gonna break
shooting
the
milk at him?
Huh?
Was he shooting milk?
I think he was.
Probably. Let's see here.
It's a kid's comic, Trev. It's a kid's comic.
I'm thinking he probably borrowed that gun from Paste Pot Pete. Actually, that's probably
Let's say that.
it's probably a crossover. So we'll just go.
I think we should just say that.
Thank you, Jack. Here we go. A little noir here for you. Some more. So just here we go, and then two more. So just a nice grab of stuff there that we're just kind of sitting out.
Do you know how many issues there were of that, Chuck?
Almost 18, I think.
Oh, so you made a nice dent in that run then.
Yeah, I was impressed. So he had a lot of stuff just kind of sitting out there, and it was stuff he found in a box somewhere.
Yeah,
they didn't want to go off to somebody else. Picked up Super Friends.
Oh, look at that!
Nice.
Want to continue grabbing those. Marvel 2-in-1. Nothing special, but Marvel.
No, the Golem's a cool character. Chuck, I like him.
Yeah, no, he is cool. Late issue Max. This is 32 out of the 35 issues. So that was neat.
Those last few are really hard to come by, so that's a good pick.
Yeah, I was thrilled to get it. And so some early Joseph Michael Linzer stuff here from the 90s. Those of y'all who remember him. So
I never heard of that one before.
He did the Cry for Dawn stuff. So and then the Dawn stuff. So this is another one of his series that he did in the 90s. So so that's what I picked up from him. I also went to another store and picked up some low grade gold.
Yeah,
That looks cool.
Nice.
A Disney duck.
Yep.
Because we like our ducks. So another duck.
Another duck.
Another duck.
I never knew that some of those were worth so much money. Some of the older ones.
Yep.
Yeah. It never dawned on me that was the case. If not, because when I was a kid, they were all around. I just who wants to read this thing? Get out of it.
That's why they're worth money now.
This one, a lot of these have the Barks artwork in them, so that's why they're worth what they're worth. So had a random Bugs Bunny.
Oh, the beach party. Yep.
Cool one there. And a Vacation Land in really nice shape. So
that is a nice shape.
So
nice.
And that's all I've got for this first round. So
excellent. Some good books.
So we'll hand it off to Mark here.
Mark Andrews,
who swears all he had
only comic books.
Well, because you made a comment, I grabbed two things. I'm going to do one.
Easily manipulated. You're not even wearing your T-shirt because of Phil.
Well,
now,
I saw that Phil was going to be on, so actually, I'm hoping that he notices Dracula staring right at him.
Looking at what that is. I thought that was one of the Backstreet Boys.
Oh Lord! No,
it's just the one not under arrest.
Really quickly, I picked this up. It's kind of outside the area of comic books, but it was at my LCS, and the price was really quite good because it was free. in the free box. So this is the slipcase.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Now, what's interesting about this book is panoramic.
Mm-hmm.
There is no spine. This book completely unfolds.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
it's going to be hard to show it, but basically the artwork is phenomenal in it. And it goes through the first day of the Battle of the Somme. And it's just, it tells the story of the first day. It even at one point, as you pull it open, that's the night. It's dark.
Wow.
And
Wow.
you can stare at each one of these pages, see something different every time you look at it. It's just
That's nice.
Yeah, Joe Sacco did this. So July 1st, 1916, the first day of the Battle of the Somme, which is a day of importance to the British Empire. They lost more soldiers that day than any other battle. Anyway, it was very, very cool. My LCS owner had it. He knew that I loved history, and he gifted that to me.
That's
So
nice.
Dark Horse Comics, North Bay. Randy Reed's the owner. Incredible guy. If you're ever up in North Bay traveling through, like any of you ever
I'll
would,
get there tomorrow.
Right.
stop in there. So moving on to some books.
I will say Joe Sacco is fantastic. If you ever read any of his other stuff,
Yeah,
he's got a whole thing on like Palestine and big thing on the United States too and stuff like that.
yeah, very, very cool. And I was very honored that Randy decided that I should take that. So we're going to start off with 1975. So kind of old, new for me, but I couldn't say no to it
Oh, nice.
because it's in lovely condition.
Looks it.
It is in lovely condition. So this is C36. Joe Kubert.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's a nice one.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
and it's really it's interesting because this is the only there's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer in this series but this is the only one that is like this. All the rest are superheroes and
Wait a minute.
whatnot.
I see some superheroes on that cover.
Well, yeah, of course you do. There's Adam, there's Cain,
Yeah.
or Abel. Sorry. There's other stuff on there, and then completely moving away from that. Who says I don't? Anyway.
Yep. Steve says Mark's Place is a museum.
So then I picked this one up.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
So again, this is an incredibly nice copy. I've almost completed my run of really decent copies of this one. This is 1974. This is issue 4. There's only 10 issues in this series. What's kind of cool about this one, if you notice here, they do a review of Live and Let Die, James Bond. Mm-hmm. So the Tales of the Zombie magazines are kind of cool because they not only have comics and stories, but they also have articles and pictures. And, it's a little bit, and I just don't read it for the picture. Anyway, that was my pickup of that, which I quite liked.
He reads them because they could be done in mature ways, and Marvel's definition of mature back then was not drawing all the outfits on the women. So
exactly. So thank you for that segue, Chuck. That's perfect because I picked up a Verotic reprint. So this, because I am never going to own Phantom Lady, the original that Matt Baker drew, because I just don't have enough money as well. So this is from 1994. There's 7 stories from the original issues from 1941 to 48, 49 in there. It's the interior is the actual issues just reprinted, which is nice. So you see some of the original art. I just love Phantom Lady. I love Matt Baker's work. He's one of my. You guys have heard me talk about his stuff before.
So who published that reprint?
Verotic.
Verata.
Yeah,
that's a new one for me.
It's spelled Verotik. And sorry, go ahead, Chuck.
No, I was going to say they did a bunch of adult magazines also because there's a couple of Dave Stevens covers in there that have taken off. So,
What am I wearing? I'm wearing Universal Monsters, like Dracula. Like
Mark, you can't win. You can't win.
I can't win. Anyway, moving right along. I've only got 4 more books, Joe. I'm sticking.
And then you going? Or you're going to stay for round 2?
No, I'm going to stay around for
Oh,
round
okay.
2.
Okay.
Okay.
So, very happy. This is a little bit rough copy, but this is issue 1 of volume 2 of The Phantom Stranger.
Mhm.
It looks good.
Yeah, actually, it's not too bad. It's got a little bit of extra artwork just over the Phantom Stranger's head that's not supposed to be on the book.
Yeah, well.
But,
Just makes it worth more.
Yeah. So the first volume of Phantom Stranger had 6 issues. And I was in 52 to 53. This has 41 issues. I'm missing 4, and then I'll have the whole run
Nice.
of volume 2. So I'm pretty happy about that. A lot of Neil Adams, Joe, in Phantom Stranger. He didn't do this one, but again, Phantom Stranger is one of those characters that's just kind of cool and creepy, and he's out there. Like, some of the stories were pretty interesting. This is kind of a twofer. These I could not say no to. These are old Dells. So this is Dell 1243 4-color. George Wilson did the artwork.
Yes.
Oh, look at that.
Really nice shapes.
Mhm.
So Ellery Queen, like he was around in 1928 as a, and then I was going to say, no, Jim Hutton was on TV as Ellery Queen for one season on NBC.
Yeah.
Great story. Really occult for these books. Ellery Queen is looking at occult. Yeah, the artwork on this one is George Wilson did the art of that one.
Yeah.
Well, when I was a kid, I used to buy these. I think they still publish them, but they had Ellery Queen's Mystery Magazine, which were kind of almost like the pulp-sized magazines.
Yeah,
I used to buy that religiously and read the detective stories, and the mystery stories in there. That and science fiction, science fact. Those are the two I used to buy.
They're pretty true to the character of Ellery Queen in these two books, Joe, which is kind of nice if you're interested. This one's from 1962. It's a 4-color 1289. Again, they only did 2 Ellery Queen in 4-color, but this one's The Voodoo Victim and The Curse of Cain. Very cool stories, great artwork, just a fun read. And again, these ones I was pretty happy with. Nice shape. And this one I kind of fell into my lap. This is my last one for this round. I have a copy of this already, but this one is much nicer.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Demon in a bottle.
Yeah.
Nice.
Kind of an iconic turning point. And also the fact that they actually this was allowed to go out and be printed. So this is 1979, where they're touching kind of on the edges of what's okay, but dealing with Tony Stark's alcoholism, and just a nice copy, pretty solid. And that's my last book for round 1.
Wow. Good books.
That's great.
Yeah, that's one of Seth's favorite books right there.
Yeah.
And it's a good book.
Yep.
Phil.
You're up, my friend.
Okay. For my round 1, I'm going to show you a mix of things that I've shown before on my channel and some that I have not shown yet. And maybe I'm showing too much because some of these are pretty good. My round 1, I'm just going to show you first. These are some variants from my most recent Unknown Comics unboxing. I think these are pretty cool. You've got a Tyler Kirkham Venom here.
Cool.
Nice.
I like that one. This is, I forgot, but it's Rachel Summers.
Wow.
I don't know who the artist is offhand.
Nice virgin
cover. There you go. Lucio Perillo Venomized X-23.
Yes, Perillo, my friend.
Yep.
I watch him. He does live shows from Italy sometimes. And if I happen to be on Instagram and he goes live, I watch him. Of course, it's all in Italian. but I watch him sometimes, and it's pretty interesting. Sometimes he's drawing stuff where he's talking to other artists and so forth about things. I haven't caught him recently because of the time difference. You just have to be on at the right time.
You know who I really like from Italy? I forgot she's doing something for DC next. Maria Laura Sanapo. If you see, she did some great work on Wonder Woman. I think about 2 years ago at this point. But I think she does some stuff online as well. And here's a David Nakayama Black Panther. I really like this one.
I mean, some of these cover artists they have now are just amazing.
It used to be a big key.
Yeah, it's dropped a bit,
well,
hasn't it, Trev?
Yeah, everything's dropped.
Everything used to be a key.
But if you like it, who cares?
Right. Exactly.
Exactly. Okay. These next four are from. I actually shot this video, but didn't put this up yet. So if you watch it, you have to act surprised. One of them is a modern book. The other three are not. And maybe I'm not doing this right because the other three are pretty big books. But I'll show you first. Here's Venom 214 from Espresso. Venom with Black Cat. Excuse the glare.
Okay.
Wow.
Black Cat and Venom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're going to jump into the Wayback Machine. So I'm going to show you, again, these are from the Jack B Comics box. This is the third appearance of Black Panther.
Yep.
Fantastic 454.
Very cool.
A beat up copy, but it's still pretty cool. This is the key. This is a character that I've been a low-key fan of for a few years now and just can't collect because there's just so much from now and then. Here is Fantastic Four 46, the first appearance of Black Bolt.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
And this was.
Did you say you like that character, Phil?
Yeah, I do like Black Bolt. Yeah.
Did you read the last solo series that they did of him? It was a short one. It was about maybe 4 or 5 years ago. It's a good series. If you like Black Bolt, I'd pick it up because it's like dollar bin stuff.
Yeah.
I'll take a look on the Unlimited app. I was getting Inhumans when they were pushing him hard over X-Men. And then after Secret War, I kind of used that as a cutting off point for a lot of Marvel stuff just to kind of cut back on my pull list. And unfortunately, Inhumans and Black Bolt was one of the ones that didn't make the cut. But I do have to check it out online.
Yeah.
And this one, I think, was the box that was the pull of, was the book of that pull. It's a beat up copy, and it's a key that I never really thought I'd have. But I know Gary B would be happy. It's amazing number 194.
Oh, nice one.
Ooh, very good.
I'm looking for a decent copy of that that's not too expensive, but it's hard to find.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, the flashy top loader helps, I think.
It helps it look good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And one last thing I'm going to show for this round, a video I recorded. I was going to post it today, and due to some personal things, I decided not to. It's going to come out on Monday. I was recently part of the first annual C3 art book, and I talk about in this video the piece that I did and why I made some of those artistic choices. But in addition to the book, I also bought myself a print from Ignacio that I thought was just super, super cool. And this appears as a gatefold in the art book. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, I typically don't like a cartoony type of style, but this one is just great.
Nice. Very nice.
Very nice.
And I'll put a plug in if you did not get a copy of the art book at HeroesCon last weekend. There are a limited number on sale at DJ Lynx's site. I did go to Instagram, and you'll see DJ Lynx has a link in his profile. And definitely grab it. $20. It all goes towards comics curing cancer.
Right.
Right.
Nice.
And that is my round one.
Before you go, there was a question here, if I could find it. Yeah, here. What's on the top of your bookshelf?
Oh,
Looks like
well,
a
let's see.
dismembered body, so I wanted to clear that up.
The Joker, that's a Joker groundbreaker. A couple of years ago, there was a website called thinkgeek.com. They were acquired by GameStop, and then the website went away, and I think for a while they had a physical store in the city. I don't know if it's still there or not. And when they were shutting down, we're talking maybe about 2017, 2016, they were doing a massive sell-off, and that was one of the items they had. It was meant to be a Halloween decoration. It was from when, if you can't see, when Joker cut off his own face. I forgot why he did that, or somebody cut it off, whatever. And
because he's nuts.
yeah,
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
All right. Well, I guess that explains it.
Right before I got married, we actually had that. We decorated my mom's yard to look like Gotham that year, and that was kind of like the big piece, is just to have it there. And then for a while, I had it in my basement, and we were having some work done, and the electrician was coming in, and he turned on the light and saw that facing him, and he so that's why it's up on the shelf now.
Okay, got it.
Nice.
Very good.
True
Nice
story.
piece. Okay, Trev, my friend, you're up.
Hopefully I can stay on here. I don't know what's going
Yeah,
on.
you keep on blinking out on me, huh?
I just got back from Heroes Con, so let's show off what I
let's see what
picked
you
up.
got.
First off, we got a little tote bag.
Nice.
Good.
Full of goodies.
My VIP badge and a shirt. Always love the shirts.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
Nice.
Very good.
Then we got a couple things from the C3 booth. I was able to go for a couple hours the last day. I don't want to get into it, but I'm not about the woe is me. But made it out there for a couple hours at least. Made it to the C3 booth. Picked up the Miko Suion Sonic the Hedgehog cover from
Nice.
C3 this year.
That's
Nice.
a special for C3 as well, right?
Yeah.
It's a collaboration between C3 and Big Time Collectibles.
Big Time Collectibles, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the back's pretty awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Very nice.
Really awesome. From last year, we got this Matt Wilson. This is the book from last year. It's
Yes. Yeah, I have that one.
Oh crap! What is the
Mm-hmm.
Unnatural Order? That's what it was.
Right.
And then I picked up 3 of the Comics Curing Cancer art books.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
Good.
Gonna be doing away.
I gotta
Drawing.
get myself one of them.
So this is that one
Yeah.
that centerfold.
Yeah.
What's his name? Phil was just talking about. But
Where's Phil's picture there?
Yeah,
Very
which one did you do, Phil? I don't even know.
It's towards the back, the Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Easy go.
I'm sorry.
I thought that was Macho Man Randy Savage for a minute.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
That's
That's
great.
great.
Very
Very
cool.
nice.
Yeah, Phil's painted style is great. So going to be doing a giveaway for one of those.
Nice.
On Saturday, I wasn't able to get out, but Mike actually came to the room and said, "Do you got anything for me to get signed?" So I gave him 3 Jenny Frizzens, my favorite ones. First, we had the first
Oh, super.
Yara.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Nice.
Very nice. I like that one.
Signed. How to get a Kiss cover signed.
Of course.
Of course.
Have you counted your Kiss covers yet?
Yeah, I have over 150.
Are they all in their own short box?
Yeah, mine was short box.
A lot
And then
of
probably
Kisses.
one of my
That's a-
all-time favorites.
That's very
Vince
cool.
Foster turning into
Yeah.
that.
Very nice.
So I was happy that Mike got those for me. Izzy versus NYC was doing sketches, so I had him do me a Darth Maul.
Nice.
Yeah, he's real
wow,
cool.
sweet.
I saw him at Iacon last summer, and I got 2 of his there that he did a really good job on. One was a Wonder Woman one.
It's just the espresso talking. That's all.
That's all.
Yeah.
And my wife is downstairs; she can't hear a thing.
Nauman Drawman. You guys know Nauman. He's doing sketches for everybody. He did me a Dr. Afra.
That's
Oh,
nice.
cool.
That's really
Nice.
nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
He's
That's
good.
really
He's
nice.
really good. He's been doing these short videos. You should look it up, where he's interviewing people on the floor, and while
Yeah.
he's doing that, he's drawing. He's doing one of these little card drawings, and it just says he has such a. I mean, because I could draw it, but I have to struggle. And he just sits down there and he just does it. The one he did of Chris, the comic vet. I don't know if you saw that one.
Mm-hmm.
As he's interviewing Chris
Amazing.
on the video, he's drawing Chris, the comic vet, and the pose that Chris made, and he pulled up his arm, and he had a huge Spider-Man tattoo on his arm, on his upper arm,
Uh-huh.
and he did the whole thing like in literally like 10 minutes. And I
Wow.
said, my God, I wish I was that
Yeah.
talented.
Yeah,
Amazing.
Nauman, he kind of hijacked apparently a booth that was empty and just set up camp and did creator interviews all weekend at a $4,000 booth that he didn't pay for.
Good for
That's
him.
awesome.
I gotta
Yeah.
say, that's the most Heroes Con story ever, Trev. That
That is a great Heroes
that's
Con
described very well.
Give it up.
Good
Nice.
Durs, they actually had Alyssa Wong, who is the writer for Dr. Aphra. She was there, and I wasn't able to get down there when she was on the floor. So Durs stopped by and got her to do me a sketch. This is the writer for Dr. Aphra.
Nice.
So that
Nice.
was
It's
pretty
good.
awesome.
I like it.
And then the two people that I really wanted to see and get something done by. The first one, after seeing a few people at the C3 booth, was Larry Hama. And
Yeah.
mainly because Tina got me this book. It's my favorite character in G.I. Joe. And I went up to Larry Hama and he had no line. There was a guy that was just finishing getting like 50 books signed.
Yeah.
And I walked up to him and I said, "Can you do a remark?" And he said, "Sure." And I said, "What do you usually do?" And he said, "I could do a snake eyes." And I said, "Can you do a storm shadow?" And he said, "Yeah." He said, "You know, nobody's asked for a remark the entire weekend," which
Wow.
is pretty crazy.
Wow.
But he
That is
did the
crazy.
storm shadow and he signed it.
Nice. Look at that.
That is
Wow.
awesome.
Awesome.
Wonderful.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Those are
One of
cool.
a
When you
kind.
get something like
To
that.
Trev, I don't know if he was doing it at Heroes Con, but I saw him a few years ago at Garden State Comic Fest, and Hama. One of the cool things, he had a little, I don't know, like a coffee mug or coffee can out. He was collecting
Mhm.
money for vets. It looked like I think it was from your picture. I saw he was doing something similar.
Yeah. 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 He had
Yeah,
several things
that's
out there. It was just like, take something off his table and donate. Like, I didn't realize, Mike and I knew he was in MASH, but I didn't realize he was in the Warriors movie as well.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
he's an actor, director, writer, artist. He's pretty much everything. And the second person was John Jang, and I went over to him and
Good.
like
Good
was
one.
lucky enough nobody was in his line, and I had this Superman book, and I asked him what he usually does. He said, "I always do a Superman on there." I said, "Can you do something different?" And he said, "Sure." And I asked him to do me a Doomsday.
Oh man, look at that.
Very cool.
Cool. Very good.
Nice.
And
Trevor,
that's all
one of
my
the best things about
pickups.
going to that show are all the different, the incredible number of artists who are there. And
Oh
like you
my
said,
God.
so many of them don't have really big lines. So you can see these just super amazing people.
Yeah, they said
Or
that pretty
nothing.
much only Daniel Warren Johnson and Scotty Young were the only two that had like crazy lines. Everybody else was manageable.
And that's the thing that amazes me, because as I was watching people's videos, you know, I was saying to my wife, I said, "Oh, God, this looks like the place to go." Because in the New York Comic Con, even on the Thursday, I always go on a Thursday because it's the fewest number of people.
Mhm.
There's still some guys that have lines, but some of the big artists and writers don't go there on the Thursday. They show up on
Mhm.
Friday.
Yep.
And Friday, it starts becoming a madhouse.
Mhm.
Saturday, I went once and I said, "I'm not going again." It was just like, I couldn't do it. You know, first of all, I was exhausted for the first 2 days. But, you know, I mean, you spend most of the time, if you're trying to get signatures, waiting on lines.
Mhm.
You know?
Yep.
Now they don't go slow, but I mean, they don't go slow. They're okay. But if you want to get like 4, 5, or 6, you're waiting. Meanwhile, I'm listening to these people going, "Yeah, I went there and he wasn't there. Then he came back and there was nobody online." Everybody said, "Yeah, and there was nobody online. Or there was 2 people online." I'm going to myself, oh my God, that's like, so that would be like heaven. Really,
Right.
like heaven.
I was really surprised by the wideness of the aisles. There was a good
That's it. Yeah.
like 3 or 4 feet between you and anybody the entire time I was there. And even in the videos that I saw, it was never really crowded. It was just the way it's spread out. There's not all the extra cosplayers just standing around, like clogging up the aisles, stuff like that.
But in New York Comic Con, and some of you, I think, Phil, I don't know if you've been there, whatever, like, but New York Comic Con, the aisles in the artist gallery, the artist, what do they call it? The artist
Alley.
Artist
alley,
alley.
Artist alley.
Yeah, it's downstairs, right? Upstairs is where they have everything else going, like the vendors, the manga thing, and all that. They have too many things going on too. And most of the cosplayers are outside the Javits Center. When you go in, there's this big opening, and most of them are out there because they're going like this. People taking photographs. Some of them are outside and doing that. But when you go into the artist area, you could walk up and down these rows, and there's so many people. And the only time that it was really good was the first year that they opened up after the pandemic, because they had all these rules, and I abided by them. I got all these things and signatures and apps and all this stuff because I wanted to go. And a lot of people didn't, and some artists and so forth didn't show up. But what happened was all the aisles were huge, and the people that were there, you can go and talk to them. It was great, and it looked a little bit like Heroes Con, the videos that I saw. But right after the next year, back to the same thing, So, so usually on Thursday, I bring the books I want to get signed, and I try to do what I can to get them signed and witnessed if I can, so I can get CGC to grade them, and then usually on Friday, then I'm
CGC bought JSA, so you can send any signature in and it'll get authenticated.
And I have a bunch that I got from Neil Adams, that guy. I would always buy a book or two from him because it got me a chance to talk to him. And I have a bunch of them here, so I might send those into CGC and see what happens.
That's
one
great.
of them. Yeah. Okay. And what does Canadian Survivalist says? I have a Larry Hama G.I. Joe figure he signed in the front. I noticed there was a spot in the back for a signature. He's like, give me that back, and he signed it again at no cost. Oh, that's cool.
Wow.
That's cool. All right. Is that it? You done?
Yep. That's all I got.
All right. All right. That brings up me, right? Am I up?
Yes. You're up.
Okay.
There you go.
So the first thing I have to say, and too bad Milt is not here. I forget which show it was. Maybe some of you guys were here. And I know what it was. It was the 10-1-1 in Gary's channel where I was showing my birthday books.
Yeah.
And so I had them from January 1951. I think it was Dick Tracy number 35, 36, something like that. And so Milt says, have you read the new Dick Tracy books? And I said, no, because I'm not buying a lot of new books, right? He goes, it's really good. So I went to the LCS, and actually I was down in Manhattan. I went to Midtown Comics, which used to be my LCS, but anyway. And I said, I know they had the second prints. I said, okay. So I picked up the second prints from Mad Cave, Dick Tracy number 1 and Dick Tracy number 2.
Nice.
And I read them.
And
they were good. It was good.
Good.
So I said, okay, we'll pick it up and keep reading the story to see what happens, as it goes on. But clearly it looked like somebody wrote kind of an interesting story. For this Dick Tracy run, I don't know if anybody knows if it's going to be a limited run or what it's going to be, but for the time being, it looks pretty good. The artwork is interesting. It's not bad. It's not like photographic, but it's good. And I used to read Dick Tracy when I was a kid in the newspaper, in the Daily News every day, and so I said it's good. So
perfect.
Picked up those two. Hey Naaman, we were just talking about you.
His ears are burning. That's why he's here.
Yep, that's why he's here.
I'm glad you're here. So anyway, so what happened then after? So what did I do? Well, one of the things that that I had some of when I collected in the early 70s, before I kind of stopped buying comics on a regular basis, was the Jack Kirby New Gods series. And interestingly, I saw that I had like usually issues like 7 to 11, something like that. Sometimes I was missing one in between or whatever. And the Demon, I only had issue number 1, which I thought I had more. I kept looking at different boxes that I can't find them. So when I went down to the store over in Connecticut, I looked through and see what they had, and I actually bought a few. So I got this Commandee number 22. And I don't think I'm going to get all the Commandees, but I think I'll kind of come up with, buy some of them when I see them if they're not too expensive. All right. I got since I have number 1, I got Demon number 2.
Good series.
Right.
Great series there.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. And Demon number 3.
Very good.
Yep. Awesome.
Now, of course, that's one of the reasons that Jack Kirby didn't finish his New Gods series, because it wasn't selling as well as the Demon. And when the Demon came up, DC told him, you know what, we want you to focus on the Demon. Focus on it. And he did the first, was it 16 or 20 issues, something like that? But anyway, so they basically canceled all the rest of the New Gods stuff, and so he could focus on the Demon. Others that I picked up, I have a bunch of Mr. Miracle, and this was such a nice shape here. This is Mr. Miracle number 18.
Very good.
Yeah.
And the last one I picked up was, I think I only have a few Forever People. This is Forever People number 8. I think I have 9, 10, and 11, and 7. I didn't have 8 for some reason, unless it's in some box somewhere, but I can't find it. So I just saw that and I picked it up too. They weren't too expensive, so that's fine.
Good.
Now, as it turns out, sometimes you looking for stuff and you find something, you say, what is this? And I found this. I didn't know what it was, but I saw it said Wallywood 1969 in the front. I said, how bad can it be? I didn't even know how much I paid for it. But I think I got this at my comic. I got this at my comic shop along with some stuff I'm going to show in the second round. And so it is Heroes Inc. presents Canon. Now Chuck Hensey knows what this is, right, Chuck?
I do indeed. Yes.
The Walking Encyclopedia. Now to be seen every Thursday night on the 1011 on Gary's channel.
That's right. Yeah, that book.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was that book. That book's a fun read, but there are billions of copies of it out there. So,
yes. They found a bunch of them in a warehouse.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So this was put together by Wallywood to be sold to the military. Okay. And it was, I wrote it down here. Let's see. Small press item from Wallywood intended for sale to U.S. Armed Forces members exclusively. It flopped on the initial release and was never widely circulated. It was fairly uncommon to be seen until a major warehouse find of the books surfaced in and around the late 1970s. For a period, the issue was available wholesale for less than 10 cents a copy. I paid a little bit more than that. It's not commonly known how many copies were in the warehouse, but as late as 2005, a group of around 70,000 copies changed hands. And it's been estimated that about 250,000 uncirculated copies were found.
Holy moly.
So, but it's pretty cool. I read through it. It's a nice read. And it's got number 2 actually came out with another publisher back in 1976.
Mm-hmm.
This was 1969. So, it's kind of a cool story, interesting book. And again, I sort of said, Heroes Inc. I didn't know who it was by. There was no publisher, but I saw here Wallywood 1969 down here.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I said, well, how bad can it be? Right.
And it's not bad, actually. I mean, it's fun. It's a fun read, and the art's good. So,
Cool.
All right.
What more can you ask for?
What was that? If war was like, all right, let's say Double Legend. All right. Oh, look at it. So Steve says, Naman, you're a legend now. And Naman says, what? I was not a legend before. You were, Naman. You were. All right, Chuck. I think you're up with round 2.
Okay, so round 2 is just a bunch of stuff I've gotten from the internet over the last 2 months or so. No real rhyme or reason. I wish I could say I had a nice story behind it like Mark Andrews, but that would mean I was organized and like coherent and taking ADHD medicine. So since I didn't do any of those things, you're going to see a real crazy hodgepodge. So get ready for a big time jump on a lot of things. So first of all, I got a Powerpuff Girls 69, the second to last issue in the run.
Yep.
I love me my Powerpuff Girls. Girls are awesome. That's right. And this end of the run is really, really hard to find. Y'all hear me talk about the cartoon books all the time. And of course, I was getting this as a regular pickup up until about like issue 50. And then, of course, for some reason I stopped. So I've been trying to track down these last issues without having to pay gobs and gobs of money for them.
Mm-hmm.
On the other end of the spectrum, a friend of mine who runs a shop in Massachusetts, Seth, let's not monkey around too much here. So that's good. He had the Whatnot show up and had this up for a decent amount. So I had to pick up an old showcase Aquaman.
Nice.
It's in beat to hell condition, and I don't care. It's a cool book. It's still 10 cents. I wish.
Most of my books look like that. So
I wish
that looks really good for one of my books.
Yeah, it's a 3.5, 3. It's okay. My buddy on Twitter, I bought. I had a whole stack of stuff with him. So just a lot of really neat random stuff, like an early Doctor Strange, really cool Silver Dagger appearance. He had a couple of advertisement books. So we have Spider-Man hawking toothpaste because the TV show was he had to make money somehow.
And you can't even see his smile.
I know. Then you have the X-Men down at the State Fair because reasons, even though I still don't know who. I don't even want to know. I'm just saying. So
Centaur.
Anyways, yeah. Worked on my Tomb of Dracula run some more here.
Oh, nice cover. I like that.
That's a great cover.
It's an awesome book. I mean, I love my Tomb of Draculas. Early Bronze Age horror.
Nice.
Got a stain on the back, but that's all right. It's cool. For Mark. Dude,
that's beautiful painted cover. Very nice, Chuck.
Very cool.
Very nice Robin Hood here. So something different.
Yep, very nice.
A couple of whoops, and there he goes. Got a Weird War.
Yep.
And another Weird War with Godzilla's third cousin by second wife. So he tried getting into the family business, and we never heard of him again. So
well,
I bought a bunch of those when I was a kid. I used to love to read those when they came out.
Oh yeah, they're great. They're just fantastic. So,
that was a sci-fi guy.
Yeah, some silly kids books.
Nice.
Why not? Right.
Care Bears, Star Comics,
some more Stars books. Another Star book. This is really strange to read, by the way.
You don't see that one very often, Chuck. The Pinocchio one.
No, and it's like really, really strange. It's
weird. Like there was what, 3 of those?
There are 3 of them. Yes, I'm not sure what kind of drugs they were on when they came up with this idea. But they must have been really special. So
they were,
for Tina, because
Oh, there you go. Gotta have that.
Gotta have one. And this is for me, it's a second copy, but that's great. I love my gold keys. So also picked up a pair of Golden Age books because they were out and they were fairly this is from my YouTube guy, my Twitter guy. So we got Dollman there.
Nice.
I love Dollman.
Dollman's this is a weird series. I'm just going to tell you right now. So yeah.
Comics.
And then a guy I used to buy comics from on Rec Arts Comics Marketplace has revived his eBay store, which tells you how long we've been dealing with each other. And he had this up, and I just couldn't walk away from it.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
nice.
Got a police comic. It's got a Lou Fine spirit story in it. So
cool.
So
yeah,
I just couldn't walk away from that, and that's That's it. You
I
know,
love that
you figure
police
we in
comic.
with Plastic Man. You know, so
Nice. Ending
There
on
we go.
Plastic Man.
Chuck, did you see that Woody Woodpecker has, I don't know if it's a movie or a series now, a new one on Netflix?
yes, I
No.
have. I'm very curious
Really?
to see it. So, because they used to show us the Walter Lance stuff all the time here, like when we got out of school and stuff. So,
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
People
So
forget
there's a
Walter
new-
Lance was Italian.
that's
Just
right.
saying.
So we're going to market all of his classics behind him. So here we go.
How good can it be, really, compared to the Walter Lance?
Well, it won't be.
No,
But
but
it won't be. But that's it. You
but
know,
we
it's-
won't be watching it probably. So the people who see it now will think it's great. There you go.
Yeah, and then they'll go back and look at the Walter Lance and go, "What's wrong with him?" So
Exactly. Hi.
All right.
Where'd
Mark.
Chuck go?
You're up.
What'd you do to Chuck? This was for
I
Chuck.
think you scared him.
I'm
Oh,
right
there he
here.
Okay. So
I had to call for a moment. Yeah.
I showed this before. Just throwing this in. This is a $6 Million Man 1978 annual hardcover. Guess
Oh.
where this is printed?
Canada.
Italy.
Yeah.
Whoa.
There you go.
Wow.
Italy.
Italia.
There you go.
The Italian
Who knew?
connection.
So it's kind
Ma non è,
of
ma non è italiano, è inglese.
Yeah. Okay.
that's a cool book. So it's a nice, pretty cool thing for those of us that loved $6 Million Man.
Mhm.
Picked up a Haunt of Horror issue number 3. There's only 5 issues in the series. It's a Curtis Marvel.
Oh,
Mhm.
I love those covers.
Yeah,
Very nice.
these are such great books. Like the issue 5 is the one that's the most expensive. It has Satana on it, but these ones are not that expensive. And this is Joe Domingo did this one,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
but very cool. And
Looks like he had the Mother Superior from my grammar school pose for that swamp.
Lady in Red. There you go.
Mhm.
Same place that I got the Bible treasury size. I picked up another copy of this one is beautiful shape.
Yeah. Wow.
Looks
Very,
great.
very nice. Like the square bound is, and of course they don't slab these and nor will ever be graded, but I was really happy about finding this one. Really in nice shape. Frank Bruner did the cover of that one. And then at an antique plaza, with lots of booths and stuff.
Right.
I was flipping through magazines and I found this one. And this is from Colophone Publishers or Parents Magazine Press from 1947. It's Calling All Boys 14. They did 3 photo covers. The first one was Bing Crosby. The second one was Bob Hope. And then this one.
Ah, well, yeah, there's so many things we can say right now.
Yeah, kind of.
I'll leave that for Jackson to comment on that one because
So I'm trying to figure out how that worked. Like Bing Crosby.
I'm not touching that one with a
Yeah.
10-foot pole.
I couldn't resist. I saw that and I went, "You're kidding me." And then you see the stories like, Tiger Bait, J. Edgar Hoover. Anyway, it was just.
So they're calling all the boys to be tiger bait. I'm really confused now.
It was like, how
Yeah.
could you not buy this?
So J. Edgar Hoover is calling all boys. All right,
Yep.
got it.
Yep.
To play
So-
touch football, that makes perfect sense.
Maybe.
Yes.
And then there's touch football, like history writes the story. Anyway, I thought that was pretty cool from 1947. And I couldn't walk past it.
No, I
No.
can see one.
No, you couldn't.
Didn't they bring that back in the 60s and they had Liberace on the covers?
Oh, ooh, yeah, that might. So these 2 books, and Joe, you must be very happy because I'm showing some DC books tonight.
I don't like DC.
About time.
Well, once in a while. So I've been collecting this series because I didn't get it in 72, but it's really kind of a fun series. The first 5 issues were the Dark Mansions of Forbidden Love, and this is issue 4.
Yes. Those are awesome books.
These are great
wow.
books, and I have some copies of them that are really beat to crap, and because they were really inexpensive, they were so bad. But I read them, and they're really good books. So this was the last one under this title, and then they switched the title to Forbidden Tales of the Dark Mansion. This one's from 1972. This is Jack Kirby too.
Is it? Oh wow.
Yeah. So
Oh, wow.
And those first 4 are so hard to find.
yes, well, and
Period. It's much less in nice shape. They're just
yeah, and this one, Chuck, is really in nice shape. It's
Yeah.
like it's nice. I was pretty happy to find that one. So I'm slowly getting that series nice shaped books as opposed to beat to crap.
So how many books are in that series?
There's 15 in all. So the first 4 are the first title of the Dark Mansion of Forbidden Love, and
Okay.
the next are Forbidden Tales of Dark Mansion,
right.
and they went for 15. And they're good stories. Like some of them are pretty creepy and stuff, and different artists, different writers. And it's not a long run, and it's these ones that are the most expensive and hardest to find.
But all the covers are just amazing.
Oh, all the covers are amazing. There's some amazing covers. And then my last one is a Gold Key issue in 1963. I was looking for one that wasn't as beat to death. This one isn't by any means perfect, but I was pretty happy to get The Mighty Hercules #1.
Wow.
That's cool.
Looks like Superman.
Well, Hercules was Superman, Joe. Come
No,
on.
but I mean his face and everything. Like
Oh, I know. And sadly, a typical Gold Key, we really don't know for sure who the artists were. But I mean, it's the cartoon, right? It's the same.
Yeah.
We just reproduced the cartoon. But there's only 2 issues of The Mighty Hercules, and I was pretty happy to get a decent copy of issue #1, Gold Key. There you go, Chuck. That was for you.
Thank you. That's awesome. That's a great book.
Nice. All right, Phil, I think you're up, right?
Yeah.
If I got my druthers right.
Okay. So I have a few slabs here that I have yet to show off on my own channel.
Ooh,
That
nice.
I
An
know there's-
exclusive from Philtastic Comics and Art.
Yeah. Would you make all those laser radio sound effects? There we go. So the first one, Milt, I felt like would have liked this one. I have Strange Tales #159.
Oh, good one.
Ooh.
And this was a little bit of a spec piece because this is not only the first appearance of, they just call her Val on this, but Valentina Contessa.
Allegra Fontana something.
Yeah,
Right.
Julie Louis-Dreyfus. And it retells the origin of Nick Fury, but it's also the first appearance of Nick Fury's brother, who becomes Scorpio at some point. And the rumor is that Giancarlo Esposito is going to be in Thunderbolts as this character and possibly appearing more. I guess that's how they're going to get around Kang. Oh no, not in Thunderbolts. It's going to be the next Captain America film. Which, I mean, to be fair, I think there's like 400 villains at this point in the next Captain America.
You know,
film.
not to stop you from showing your second one, but I'm not really excited about this. You know,
I'm cautiously optimistic.
I don't know. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be.
Because you know what? It
disappointing.
sounds a lot like they're mixing in, like not World War Hulk. Was it the? I don't remember the Jeff Loeb McGuinness Hulk when they introduced Red Hulk, and then everybody was a Hulk, and then it went on just for way too long, and then I dropped off. It sounds like they're mixing that with whatever Captain America villains that they could scrape up. And I know that Sabra was supposed to be in there, but they kind of stopped talking about her once the Israel and Palestine conflict started coming up. So I don't even know if that's the case anymore.
Right.
But yeah, Giancarlo Esposito is supposedly in this film, and he may or may not be Scorpio. So we'll see. Next up, this is kind of a minor key, but this is a big key for me because this is one of the series that I'm trying to complete. I only have like 5 issues left. This is New Mutants number 26, the first appearance of Legion.
Yep.
Oh,
The Bill Sienkiewicz artwork, classic.
yep. Nice.
Okay, this next one is notable for a couple reasons. It's not the first appearance of the title character, but first appearance of several supporting characters whom we've seen in films over the last couple of years. I actually own this copy, but in a low grade because it was a copy I bought off the rack and read to hell. And then one day was going to Midtown. I knew CGC. I was sending stuff to CGC, and I said, I should just send this in, not thinking, gee, let me consider if it's actually in good condition or not. But I bought this from a YouTube channel that I think we all used to watch at one point, and he recently stopped. And I said, I really want a slab from Reggie in my collection. So I went ahead and got it at a great price. Deadpool number 1 from the ongoing series, the first ongoing, at a 9.8.
Mhm.
And again, the glare and the plastic are killing me. That was at a point when I actually enjoyed Ed McGuinness's art. Now that's not a popular stance to take. And the last one I'm going to show you tonight is a key that I've been after for a while. And right now there's a lot of good deals to be had. And I got this for a shockingly good price. Not a huge, I would say, high-grade copy, but it's a character whom I really, really like. I actually hold a doctorate in his nemesis from the Anachronic Chronologically Comic Book Knowledge.
I like the way you said that.
I've been practicing.
It's a great
I've
plug.
been practicing ever since I've been on. I've been practicing every single day in the mirror.
He won't wear the T-shirt, but he says the name.
Here's the thing, Mark. I wear the shirt, but just not while I'm on the channel because that would be silly.
You got to pay him more to get him to wear the shirt. The endorsement was free.
I'm advertising the membership. Come on.
See, but here's the thing. Now, if I were on, like, let's say I was on Trev's channel, I would wear your shirt just because it's like again, when you go to a concert, you don't wear that band's T-shirt, but if you wear another cool band's T-shirt, it's cool.
So you say.
Yeah. Society says, Joe.
When you go on Trev's channel, you got to say, Trev, I'm wearing Joe's membership T-shirt. So make sure you ask me about the T-shirt, because also nobody's going to ask you about it. Nobody's going to know what it is.
Exactly.
No, but here's the thing: you can't bring attention to the shirt because then it looks like you're just, hey, look at me, just to quote CJ.
Exactly.
No, I'm a billboard.
No, but you got to do it subtle. You have to do it subtle.
Sorry, Joe. I started that. Sorry.
Show us that.
I'll say this. Wait, I'll say this. If Mark were to show up to this show one day dressed in like a yellow rain slicker and a yellow rain hat and look like he was cosplaying as the Gordon's Fisherman, that would be awesome.
He's got it right there.
Yes.
I was waiting for him to pull out. I was like, oh yeah, I got this at a yard sale and it was once worn by Gilligan.
Bill, show us that book.
So yeah, sure. Iron Fist number 14, the first appearance of Sabretooth.
Nice.
6.5. So it counts.
Yep.
But yeah, there's deals to be had. So that's what I got tonight.
Yes.
Yes, Nam, it is.
According to the rules of Philtastic Comics and Art.
Is Cheap Trick still performing?
Probably a tribute band. It's okay. Probably a tribute band. All right. Now that we got back into the T-shirt wars. T-shirt wars. All right, Trev.
Pickups
My friend.
that
Let's
I
see
picked
what
up
you got.
before Heroes Con. Was able to finally get this back in single issues. My favorite story of all time.
Oh, nice.
And great book.
Awesome.
Great cover.
Now that's one of the ones you got to read every now and then. And I haven't
You
read
do.
in a while, so I think I'm going to pull it out now. That you
Yep.
showed it.
You do.
Look at that.
Back whenever Alex Ross did entire books.
And was that his father that he based the guy on? Was it his father or his uncle?
No,
Anybody remember?
What? Do what?
The old man, the older man.
This model.
Alfred?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a relative. I can't remember who it was though, Joe.
Yeah, yeah. Well, all
That's
these
so
people
cool.
that he modeled,
I remember-
people, these were all his neighbors and stuff.
Yeah.
He just built them
Really?
up a little
Yeah.
bit.
His YouTube, he has actually, I know when he did that last big Fantastic Four book, he was saying he invited friends and relatives and neighbors and he took Polaroids. That's how he gets all the lighting.
That's right.
But for the Fantastic Four book, I remember he built like custom figures. He's got like 50 different thing figures just to get the rock formations right.
Mm.
Yeah.
Pick these up for there's deals to be had. Got
Yep.
the Transformers
Oh, wow.
#1, Scotty Young,
Nice.
Very cool.
and had to grab this for so cheap.
That's
Darth
cool.
Maul.
And this is at Heroes?
That's cool.
No, this is right before Heroes Con.
Right before Heroes. Okay.
And then
My son loved
when I got back,
Transformers.
this actual statue came out like 2 days after I got back. And if anybody knows the classic, probably Jim Lee's most famous Superman
Yeah.
cover,
Mm-hmm.
and they came out with another reprint of that pretty recently.
Oh,
Well, they just
Shane
came
is
out with the
watching
Todd
number 9.
McFarlane
Awesome.
Jim Lee Superman statue.
Ryan.
Oh, look
Oh,
at that.
nice.
Wow.
Wow.
And
That
the
is
cape
super.
is wired, so you can actually do the pose with the cape in the background.
Very cool.
So now
He must work out.
Lee did
Yeah.
Batman facing the opposite direction, and now it came out with this with the Wonder Woman that's right in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So
But
I
this
didn't
is
buy
a
this because I didn't know he was going to do it that way.
huge package. It's got a
Yeah.
little card in the back there.
Yep.
But
Mhm.
it's the McFarlane line, but it's by Jim Lee.
Yep. Yep.
So I had to pick
That's
that up
cool.
since I didn't pick up too much at the con.
Uh huh.
And I don't know if anybody cares about this, but my channel logo is two different anime characters, Naruto and Pain, fighting. So I finally got the Funko Pop.
Oh, look at
Well, there you go.
There you go.
that. That's
That is
great.
fantastic.
Favorite
Perfect.
anime fight of all time. Just insane. Every emotion you can imagine during that fight.
That's great.
Nice.
That's
Hey,
cool.
And
Brian.
that's all I have tonight.
Brian.
Thank you so much for letting me come on, Joe. Really
Oh,
awesome.
anytime, anytime. So that leaves it up to me to make this show worthwhile. No, just so Steve White, the voice, who's not here, started on a lot of times. Says, "Oh, I went on my comic shop and went to the auctions and all this, and I got these slabs, and it's like really little. It cost me more to have the thing graded than get that up there." So about a few weeks ago, I said, "You know what? I got an extra $100 or $200. Let me go on there and see what they got." So I put in bids. I figured out what I wanted to pay, and I put in bids for 30 different slabs.
Dang.
Now I wasn't going to bid anymore. That was
Uh-huh.
it,
Uh-huh.
and I won 4.
Yep.
All right, and so I got them here. I haven't even opened them up, except to
All to rock.
get the tape out there. So these are going to be opened up right now. I don't know what order they're in or what have you.
Do we get some guesses? I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess
Yes.
Wonder Woman.
You can get I did bid on one or two Wonder Woman, but I didn't get it.
Did you see
This
the
starts
last
the
comment,
divorce.
Joe? The last comment Joe,
Shock,
you
man.
should look at.
This is I love Darren Cook, right? Right. So I saw this. It's a CBCS slab, but I won't hold it against it. But it's Detective Comics. I really like this cover. Detective Comics number 37 from Volume 2. It's let me take this out of here. It's a Darwin Wood. And let me get it the right way. Yeah, it's the Darwin Cook variant. If you can see it there.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That-
beautiful.
Cool.
Very nice.
So was this the big
Awesome.
CBCS like 10-year or 11-year anniversaries auction thing they did. They had some big CBCS auction.
Yeah, they might have, but this was just on my comic shop on their auction. And I paid $30 for this. Yeah.
Not bad.
That's
That's
good.
So
not
I'm
bad
happy
at
with
all.
that. That was what this is one that I actually was happy I got. Because I said, where I
Uh-oh, Joe's frozen.
yeah, hold on.
So
Okay. I think my modem is going on me. All right.
Let's
Usually
mad
I
lib
come back.
Joe's dialogue.
Just because you don't like the book, you know? What's this? There goes. Oh, I already spoke to the guy. When I was down there, the guy tells me, so what do you want with the internet? I said, I have to have the best possible internet down in the basement. I want to be able to plug my thing in, blah, blah, blah. I said, it's really important. Make sure you got that. He goes, okay, when the guy comes, we'll talk about this. All right. All right, so I don't know what this one is. Let's see. Oh. Yeah. Peach Momoko, which I can take or leave, though I had her sign something for me at New York Comic Con. I really like this one. This is the Trial of Magneto #1, the Peach Momoko variant.
Very nice.
cool.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yep.
Yes.
That is
That's
nice.
one of the better ones, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
That's really cool. So I was happy with this one. I can't even tell you which ones I lost because I went on so many of them. I paid $21 for that.
All right.
Nice.
Wow.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I
No.
think it's good. Good. Might only be worth 20, but that's okay.
If it's worth 21 to you, Joe, that's all that matters.
I don't know. I just put down, hey, this looks like a good price. I'll go with this. All right, let's see what this one is. Oh, yeah, this one I'm going to take it or leave. Left. It's a wraparound cover. It's Gleb Melanov cover or not. I don't know who he is, Frankie, but it's a variant cover. It's Robin #1 from 2021.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty cool.
It's a
Made it
wraparound.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Cool.
That is nice. I like the back better than the front, but
So do I.
This is a good series too.
So do I. And what did I pay for this one? $18 bucks.
It's a nice Ravager in the back there. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And now this one I paid the most for.
Oh, so don't
40
say the
bucks.
price. 40?
40 bucks.
40 bucks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's this? Hey DJ, thanks for stopping
DJ.
by. 40 bucks for this one, but you know what? It's just like I can't pass up these things. Like, you know, it's like Wonder Woman, Power Girl.
Mm,
Yep.
yep.
And, you know, it's just like hard for me. Maybe because I'm old. I don't know.
You saying it gets harder as you get older?
It's yes, I did say that. Didn't I?
That was wishful. Never mind.
I mean, I love Art Germ's covers, right? And so this one is one I've always saw. The only thing that would be better would be if it was the complete virgin cover, but that wasn't available. So it's Power Girl Special #1 from 2023.
The jet cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice book.
Mm-hmm.
Nice,
It's
right?
the jet cover.
Yep.
Look at those jets.
The only
Jets.
My
the only thing
Southern
that makes
Machine.
it bad, the only thing that makes it bad is the ad in the back is for the Flash movie.
Oh, well.
Which
Man,
I thought
that
was
movie
okay.
gets too much flack.
I thought it
I
was
still
okay.
haven't seen it.
Except for they used to take away that baby scene at the beginning, and the movie's pretty good.
Actually, I like the baby scene. It was weird. Don't get me
It was
wrong.
weird.
But it was cool.
weird. Yeah.
So, thanks, Steve White, Comics of the Voids. You know,
He loves
I,
to make you spend money.
because of you, I spent like $100 and something $110 or whatever on 4 slabs. So not bad, not bad. Actually, I like the ones I bought. The Robin one was, you know, I don't even know why I used that one, but I won it, and it was $18. So you know what the heck, right?
What the heck?
You know. So but that's
Steve,
it.
you dirty influencer.
Yeah, he's horrible. When you go to cons with Steve, he tries to get you to spend all kinds of money. He's just like, buy that, buy that, buy that. It's bad.
And he does that even like in his shows. He starts,
Yeah.
So I mean, the other day I was going to go back on and look at the auction again, and I stopped myself.
Oh, good.
No.
No.
Went downstairs and had a shot of whiskey and let it go with that.
I thought you were going to say Sambuca.
No, I keep that for
That would
Sundays.
be good too.
So, Sambuca. My wife, we looked it up. She made limoncello. She made it. It's really good.
I've always wanted to. I'm afraid that I would make too good of a limoncello.
The only problem is it says you're supposed to put a certain amount of sugar in there when you make and she says, "Oh, I'm only going to put half as much in because sugar is no good for you." I go, "It's limoncello. Come on."
Yeah.
It was still good. But I dream about what it would be good what it would be like if it had the full sugar content.
Look up online. There's a couple. He's from Italy. She's not. I think they're called the Pissinis. I may have referred you over to them before. He just had his limoncello recipe, and then he did, which I'm really interested in trying, orange cello.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
Yeah,
that is interesting. All right. So, what do you guys think in the chat? I thought it was pretty good, right?
Yeah,
good stuff that was in here.
Yeah.
I wrote down a couple of things. Dark Mansion. What else did I write down? I forget.
Oh, boys, I bet you wrote that down.
Yeah, did write that one down. So we got a few things we're going to be looking for at the end of that. So, listen, guys, I want to thank you for showing up again. Every time we do this, once a month or what have you, it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. I enjoy seeing what you guys are, because some stuff like Powderpuff Girls would never enter into my mind to buy one of those books. So I get to see it, and I have to spend money to see it. So I think it's really great. And I want to thank everybody in the chat for showing up again as well. And don't forget about membership, $1.99 a month. All of the money goes to support St. Jude's Hospital for Children with Cancer and the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. We've collected about $25 that's going out to those two charities so far. And so we're helping out a little bit. We're helping to change the world. And if you think you can afford $1.99, you can join the other 22, 23 people, whoever are in there, and join us. And okay, so next week we do have a comic book crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Mark, you're going to be there. I think Chuck, you're going to be there too, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Steve White is kind of emceeing it, and it's the afterlife of your comic book collection. When you go to see whoever it is you worship, if you do, or into the nether if you don't, what happens to your comic book collection? And he did a really good job. He asked his wife, "You have any questions about that?" And she had questions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We're going to go over some of them, and I think it's going to be a good show. And it's a good question. I think it's going to be a good show as well with respect to that.
Very good topic.
So I finally have finished my Who is Wonder Woman video. So I'm probably going to go over it again and maybe post it on Sunday for the members, and everybody else will see it on Wednesday. I think it's pretty cool. It took me a long time to put it together, and I got a few others I'm working on too. That's going to be cool as well. So, Phil, what do you have coming up on your channel?
Tomorrow on Last Week Today Live, my special guest is Evil Mike.
Oh, nice.
Spoiler alert, he's not an evil guy. He's a nice guy, I would say.
I got to try to remember 11 o'clock is a really weird time for me. I told Brian I can't see your show anymore because I usually go to church at 9. And so by the time I get back, it's over. So I said, sometimes I watch a few minutes of it on rewind. And yours is just by the time I get back, then I want to do this going around there. And next thing I know, it's like 11:45. I said, shit, I missed it again. I do watch the replay.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to personally notify you just minutes before I go in. Just say, Joe, I'm going on.
Give me at least 5 minutes. Give me at least
5 minutes. I got you. That's usually when I'm like, oh, crap, I have a show. Let me get ready.
Chuck, how about you?
Oh, back to live streams this week, Sunday night, 9 o'clock with Evil Mike. We just talk about the weekend review, things that we saw and watched and read. And Wednesday, going back to B3, 3 to 5 p.m. Central Time, open panel. Everybody's allowed on just to chill out as a community hangout.
And I got to really try if I'm home to try to get on that thing. I tried during Christmas time. I was in Rockefeller Center, and your show was coming. I got to notice your show was coming. I'm going, oh, great. And I was trying to get on, and I couldn't get the link for some reason. The link wasn't working. And I was saying, I can show up in Rockefeller Center tree. But I couldn't get on. So that was at the end of that. That was it. But I have to try to do that.
I always love that. I always love people coming on location, different comic shops,
that would have been good. Yeah.
Different events or something. That's always fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Chuck, besides your now weekly show that you're going to be on, you're going to be on at 10-1-1 every Thursday now, right?
I am, and we've got Jerry the Jitterbug this Thursday. So I mean,
That's going to be fantastic.
You can't turn that one down right there. There's going to be some great books, some fantastic covers, and just how can you turn away from that? So
no, it's going to be fantastic.
So I'll be there. I'll be here next week with you gentlemen, and now that it's the summer, maybe I might even have some time to do some original content. But
all right,
let's not hold our breath on that one. We gotta.
Mark.
Yeah, I'm on with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on with you next Friday. I think that's about it for a while. I'll be doing a 10-1-1 in August, I think, a follow-up to Milt's LPs, but mine will be LPs that are certainly comic related.
You're turning into like Little Milt now, because you're following him around, and every time he does something, you duplicate it.
Little Milt.
Wow.
Duplicated, but never anyway. Well, it's kind of like, we're having a little bit of fun. Oh, yeah? How about this?
It's good. Good stuff.
He's the Canadian variant version of Milt. So
that's it. There you go.
Fewer ducks. So
I'm just waiting. I wouldn't be surprised one time if I come on the show and Milt pulls out, like, here's an early copy of the Bible I got at a garage sale made on papyrus. And I'm not saying it's signed, but the initials JC are in the inside cover. Like, I could see Milt doing that.
Yeah, I was digging in a trunk.
His trunk is amazing. Yeah. All right, guys. With that, I think we'll say goodnight to everybody. Thanks again for showing up, everybody in the chat. Thanks to my co-hosts. Great books as usual. And we'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.